Little Markie's first morning in Sugartown began as he woke up with the most beautiful glow shining in his eyes. He saw it was coming from the window. It must be morning, he thought. It took only a moment for Markie to remember where he was because he dreamed all night about his new friends in Sugartown.
I sat at the edge of my bed, swinging my feet. I couldn't help singing. I was so happy. In fact, I couldn't remember when I had been happier. I walked over to the window, tracing the edges of it with my finger. It was in the shape of a heart. I could see the whole town, and it was so colorful and bright. As I looked down to the front of the hotel, I could see what looked like a line of children coming in. I wonder what they were doing up so early. At that moment, there was a small tap, tap, tap at the door. "Yes, who is it?" I asked. "It's Sugar Plum and Sugar Baby. We have come to see if you are awake. Everyone is anxious to see you," they replied. "Yes, I am very much awake. I will be down in just a little bit," I said. I went to get cleaned up and dressed. I noticed my old ragged clothes still lying on the chair where I had placed them the night before when I took them off. Sydney brought me some pajamas also last night that fit perfectly. I wonder where he could have gotten these, I thought as I began to dress. "Heavenly Father," I prayed, "I am a little embarrassed to wear these clothes in front of all the children again. They look so worn out. But I know that you can provide new ones for me so I can be a good example for you. I also ask God to guide my tongue and to help me to be a good missionary for Jesus today, not forgetting to thank him for bringing me to Sugartown." As I reached the bottom of the stairs, was I surprised? The lobby was so full of children, I couldn't even see the walls, and they were still trying to get in. "What's all this excitement about?" I asked Candy as she ran to greet me. "Everyone is so happy that you are here and anxious to hear some stories. You sit here and I will have everyone be real quiet so you can talk," she replied. Candy rang the bell she had sitting on her desk and continued to ring it until the room was quiet. I told the children how happy I was to be there and how grateful I was to God for sending me to Sugartown. "I love God so very much, and I want each of you to learn to love him too. He loves you so much that he died just for you. But he didn't stay dead. He rose up from the grave and went back to heaven to be with God, and now he wants to live in your heart. I have Jesus in my heart. I have been so happy ever since I gave my life to him." After a while, we all went to the soda fountain restaurant to eat breakfast. I was a little surprised to see that the food we ate wasn't at all like I thought it would be. Fresh fruits, berries, peaches with some nuts and fruit juices. Carrie noticed the disappointment on my face and asked if everything was okay. "Well, yes," I said. "I just thought that since this was called Sugartown and all the buildings and things were made from such yummy treats that you had those things to eat too." "Oh, no," replied Carrie. "That is why we are so young and healthy. We eat lots of good foods, and only once in a while for a special treat or for a holiday do we eat sugary treats. The Jingle Bears eat all the sugary treats because they don't like fruits, but they get sick and tired." "Who are the Jingle Bears?" I asked. "They are the little colorful bears that live on Tiki Island," replied Sydney. "They sneak over here to Sugartown in their pineapple boats and try to steal our treats from the sugarcane forest. That's where the sugarcane grows, or from the mill where we grind it into sugar, or from the sweet factory where we make all the sugary treats," continued Sydney. "Ooh, are they mean?" I asked. "Oh, no, not at all. They're just very, very sneaky. It's a big game they play. Ringo Jingo, he's sort of the leader. is always trying to think of new ways to trick us out of the treats. We have a trading post set up, and we trade them one pineapple boat full of fresh fruit for one boat full of sugary treats. But that doesn't seem to be enough for them. We have a lot of fun with them, Sidney said with a gleam in his eyes as he looked at me and winked. Did you have enough to eat, Lil Markie? Asked Carrie. Yes, thank you. Fruit really does fill you up, I said. It will take you a few days to get the taste for sugar treats out of your mouth, but when you do, you will be so glad, replied Carrie. Now, said Sidney, let's go for a walk. I want to show you around Sugartown. So we were off to explore this new little exciting town. By this time, most everyone else was off to work or play or whatever they needed to do. Shop after shop, I couldn't believe my eyes. There was a sticker shop where they made all their signs, a bike and scooter shop where the children left them when they weren't using them. But the most fascinating place of all was the library House of Words.
Turn this tape over now to side 2 for the rest of Lil Markie's story.
I like to read and study, and even here in Sugartown there's a place to do just that. I can see you and I will get along just fine, said a smiling Sidney. I like to read too. Books are my friends, I said, nodding my head yes. It is how I learn and how I explore. It had been a long and very interesting walk for both of us. The last stop was a little shop with ruffled curtains in the window. You wait here for a minute, Markie. I'll be right back. Sidney slipped around the corner and into the door. Are you ready now? He asked inside. Yes, replied the girls. Bring him in. Sidney couldn't wait to see my face when he showed me my surprise. Okay, you can come in now, he said, trying to hide his excitement. I walked in and saw rows and rows of shirts, pants, dresses, sweaters, and all kinds of clothes and shoes. Hi, the girls said together. I'm Spring and this is my twin sister, Summer. Here, this is for you, they said as they handed me a beautifully wrapped box. What is this? I asked. It's a special gift from all of us, Markie, to welcome you to Sugartown. Open it and see how you like it, replied Summer. I sat down to open the package, and I couldn't believe what I saw. I tried not to cry, but a couple of tears slipped down my face. The twins looked at Sidney with real concern. Sidney put his arm around me and said, I'm sorry if we hurt your feelings. We were only trying to help you. You have helped me, I said. God used you to answer another one of my prayers. Just this morning I asked God for some new clothes. I knew he would answer my prayer, but I didn't expect him to do it this fast. I'm not hurt, just very grateful. I stood up and hugged the twins and Sidney and said, Thank you very, very much for being so thoughtful. Sidney brushed away a tear and said, It's from everyone in Sugartown. We gave it to you privately, though, so you wouldn't be embarrassed. They should fit you. Spring and Summer, they can sew real good, and they usually don't have any trouble making things to fit people. They are the ones who made your pajamas that I brought to you last night. I looked at the package again, shaking my head and smiling. I said, I'm sure that they will be perfect. Go put them on in the dressing room, said Summer, pointing to a little room off to the side of the shop. I was so excited as I changed into my first set of brand new clothes.
Out of the dressing room stepped a very proud little Markie. Blue jeans without patches, a new t-shirt that even read Lil Markie on the back, a pair of socks and tennis shoes without holes, and also a hat that had a big LM on it for Lil Markie.
God had provided this for me, and I knew that. From head to toe, I was bursting with joy. All I could do was just stand there, amazed. Sydney took my hand and led me back outside. Arm in arm, we walked, singing as we walked through town. What a special day it had been. And now, I was anxious to get back to my room so I could spend some time with God and really tell him how happy I was with my new clothes.
There was no music in all the world that could have sounded as beautiful as the music coming from Lil Markie's heart that day. Once again, God had met a very special need in his life. What a wonderful God to care about our needs. Lil Markie knew that his Heavenly Father was watching over him and was his very best friend. Looking at Sydney, he knew too that one day, real soon, he would know Jesus and could then share in the real love and happiness Lil Markie was now feeling. That night in bed, Lil Markie thanked God for his new clothes and for his new friends. Soon, Markie fell asleep, wondering what would happen in the days to come and which one of his prayers God would answer next.